All right. I ain't even pressed record, but I guess we on. It's like this. There comes a point in time where you have to make the choice to choose you, and I don't mean the cliche version of that. Where everybody said, "Oh, choose yourself. You gotta put yourself first." Like you really have to choose you. You really have to say, "Here's a list of the pros. Here's a list of the cons. I'm still gonna choose me. I'm walking straight into a storm. I'm still gonna choose me. I'm going into the unknown, no plan, no nothing. I'm still gonna choose me." And not for nothing, bro. I don't study people. I study humans. And the thing about it, man, when it comes to humans, everybody has a limit. Everybody has a point. Let's take away all the lyrical miracle vernacular verbiage of it all, right? Let's take away the spiritual verbiage, transmutation, elevation, meditation, all the mediations. Let's take all that shit out. Basic, basic human principle. All humans have a point. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's why I don't put humans in a box. I can see a man arguing with a woman. I don't necessarily think that that's a feminine man. I can see a woman argue with a man. I don't necessarily just off the bat think that's a masculine woman, right? I don't necessarily put people in boxes. I'll put characteristics. I'll put behaviors. I'll put patterns. I can categorize those. Those won't change. Humans, as much as we are programmed and wired to be patternized, essentially be programmed, we still have this thing of spontaneity about us, right? It's an uncontrolled variable in everybody's equation. Long story short, man, with that, waking up so happy this morning, bro. Waking up so happy. I just continue to ride that wave. It got attacked. They tried to kill it. Didn't really die. Still feeling pretty good. But I had to be real with myself. I had to be real with myself. I had to. It was just past time to end where I'm the current situation I'm at. Just long story short, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they like me. Doesn't matter if they don't. Doesn't matter if they love me. Don't matter if they don't. It's not a thing about them. It's a thing about me. And the funniest part is, I might die trying. I might die trying to be self-sufficient out here, bro. At this point in my life, I'm willing to take that risk than to be a housemaid. That's what it is, a housemaid. When people pull that sideways stuff to put a pause on my career, it forced me into workforce for these local little whatever jobs, right? No, because the way that employers are, they're dishonest, they're overly controlling, micromanaged, and more importantly than any and everything, they will they squeeze the hell out of you. They'll squeeze the hell out of the lemon, bro, for the juice. Long story short, people think I'm crazy. I was on the internet, online, a couple years ago. I'm homeless, and this and that. And people like, hey, you got a couch? All right, cool. Job at Goodwill. They were being dishonest. Let me go. Cool. Went to Amazon. That was finally, after showing up day after day after day after day and getting mistreated, getting misused, getting put on a back burner. Finally, I walked away from them after about 4 or 5 months. Then I went back to Goodwill, tried Goodwill again. They say 5 days a week, 7:30 to 4. So that's what I'm used to. That's what it was before. Show up, first day. They said from now on, something changed. You ain't gonna be working here. You gotta go to a different store. Whatever. They ain't tell me that, but whatever. Go to a different store to work. And that's how I'm saying, like, this is what employers do. Employers, they have the whole picture. They won't tell you. All right, I just tell you what I need you to know so I can get you on board. And when I get you on board, switch this shit up. So when she brought me on board and I show up my first day, or my second day I show up, she's like, oh, well, everybody, you need to go to Rockwall with them. Who is them? You just gonna put me in a car with somebody? Let me see their license. Do they have insurance? Do they have a record? You knew that I have a vehicle. Why didn't you put me on the list of people that's not going over there? Anyways, long story short, they ended up, I didn't stay there after a week. I take that back. I stayed there. I worked 6 days, maybe 7, and I was done with that. Because the last 4 days that I worked, they told us the same thing. We don't know when you're leaving today. We don't know when you're going to get off. If you leave, even though you just signed a job offer for this timing and this is your schedule, if you leave on that scheduled time, don't even come back. We're going to terminate you. What? So finally, I had enough. I went to a regional manager. I said, listen, what time can I expect to leave today? She said, I don't know. No, you need to give me a time because you're not going to hold me hostage here. We had that little situation. I went through the rest of that day, showed up the next day, my next shift, and it was just on BS. And first thing in the morning, I ain't even get 5 minutes into my shift. I walked. They gave us the job that we was gonna do today. I automatically threw a fit. I'm like, listen, all right, so these last 3 days, y'all been calling me a lazy nigga, saying now that all the lazy niggas been moving slow, but low key, we was doing shit right. We was doing shit the way that you want us to do it now. So I don't understand. And then she go, the original manager, she like, I don't understand why you have attitude. You don't understand why I have attitude? You hire me for this job, then you hold me hostage. You tell me you don't know when I can expect to go home. It's at your discretion, right? Then on top of that, there's no there's no plan. Like the way that y'all going about trying to set up this store, open it up, there's no plan. So you just got us doing random shit and then going back and having to fix it. And then you go back behind us working it twice and you change your mind on something. So now we gotta go do it again. And then you don't like it. So now we end up doing it 4 or 5 times. Are you okay with working backwards? And she said, if you don't like it, you can leave. I said, you know what? You know what, T? You right. You ain't gotta tell me twice. I'm out of here. But long story short, I have a great knack for understanding royal soil. royal soil, right? I can tell whenever motherfuckers, because seeds go into darkness, they get planted in soil. But if that soil ain't got no good nutrients, if it's imbalanced, all that shit. And for me, a great way and biggest red flag for me is when you start changing shit up. And don't get me wrong, we all have to make changes. We all have to adapt. It's a way of life. I get that. That's like me. That's like me dating somebody. Whole time we dating, you know, I don't really drink. She liked that shit. She liked the fact that I don't really drink. I might have one or two drinks, you know, whenever work get into me, or, you know, we out celebrating socially, birthday, baby shower, something like that. I might have a shot, have a drink, but outside of that, I don't really drink. She love that. We date for 6 months, we get engaged, we engaged for another 6 months, then we married. By the end of year 2 of the marriage, I'm an alcoholic. Should she just be okay with that? Should she just be like, oh, well, I mean, if I tell myself I love this person, but I see this person doing that damage to themselves, plus on top of that, that's not what I signed up for. I didn't sign up for no alcoholic. You was never like this. This is not what you see what I'm saying? And that's just an example. I ain't attacking nobody. Just give me an example. But long story short, I can't do the gay for pay shit, bro. It don't sit right. It don't. I can't do that, bro. I'm not doing it. For two, I can't just sit around being a fucking housemaid, bro. No. And then it gets to the point to where I have to put my pride to the side for certain shit that shouldn't even be an issue. Right? If you paying all the bills, it shouldn't be an issue for me to keep the house clean. But that's if I don't want to have a house of my own that I could pay for and clean myself. Right? So do you get why I say self-sufficient or die trying? Because I'm tired of getting on this camera. I'm tired of getting on the internet. I'm tired of talking about it. I just want to show y'all. Or die trying. Because that's really where I'm at. When I was younger, life was fun to be able to hang out with friends and get some ass, go hit the bar, hit some parties, bro. That's not, trust me. By the time you pass 27, 28, if you ain't got your own, you're gonna be miserable. And on top of that, this economy, this country of America ain't gonna help you. You're left behind. That's the reason why the only program that America had was No Child Left Behind. But if your ass ain't a child, you will get left behind. You don't see that? You don't see how they play in our face? You don't see how they play in our face? You don't see how they shut down the government, sent everybody inside, and then cut a third to 2/5 of the jobs. Well, really, let me take that back. Cut 2/3 to 4/5 of jobs in America, and then raise the prices on everything. And that same pattern has been continuing ever since about 2020. We haven't had a decrease in shit. And if you had a local decrease in something, like, I don't know, maybe your little Arizona teas, or your little tobacco that you buy, or little candies or whatever, a little McDonald's burger, if it did go from $1.80 something cent down to like $1.50 something, that shit went right back up. Stop playing with me. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna mold you. Right? All I can say is, whenever I realize that it's a dead end situation, what is there to talk about? What is there to sit down about? Right? So, till next time, keep shit cool, keep it light, and don't do nothing I wouldn't do. See y'all next time.